The girl arrives in a new city to attend an elite school, only to find that the female principal giving a speech on stage looks exactly like the mother who abandoned her when she was a child. She never could have imagined that after all these years, they would meet again like this. Watching the polished, radiant woman on stage, the girl's mind rushes back 18 years. Her childhood was a hard one. Her mother, on her second marriage, had brought the girl into a home with a man who drank and gambled every day. Whenever the stepfather finished drinking, he would fly into a rage and take it out on her. Her mother, to spare herself one more beating, swallowed her pride and kept her mouth shut. But that silence earned no sympathy. It only made life harder for both her and her daughter. Go on, eat. Look how good daddy is to you. Even giving you meat. Go on, eat. One day, the stepfather lost money at cards, and for no reason at all accused the girl of stealing it. The girl had no way to defend herself. In the end, to keep from being thrown out, her mother made her kneel and apologize. She braced herself for another beating. But instead, her mother did something completely unexpected. She took the girl by the hand and went out shopping, pulling her out of that suffocating house. Her mother seemed like a different person that day. Not only spending the whole day out with her daughter, but buying the cream cake the girl had never stopped dreaming about. The girl assumed her mother was trying to make it up to her, and couldn't bring herself to eat it. After all, this was the first time her mother had ever bought her a cake. But on the way back, her mother suddenly slipped away. The girl searched everywhere and found no trace of her. All thoughts of the cake vanished instantly. She called out for her mother with everything she had. The truth was, to survive, the woman had been forced to abandon the daughter she'd come to see as a weight around her neck. And so the frantic little girl wept until her tears ran out. Only 3 years old, with no idea how to find her way home, she wandered through the rain without direction. Clutched tight in her fist was the rag doll her mother had given her. By luck, a kind stranger spotted her by the roadside, and seeing she was completely alone, took her in. And just like that, 18 years passed. Through sheer unyielding determination, the girl had earned her place at the best elite school in the country. She had believed she'd long since made peace with the past. But the moment that figure appeared on stage, the girl's heart filled with bitterness. What made it worse? The woman who had once abandoned her was now standing at a podium, voice swelling with emotion, speaking of how much she missed her daughter. Today's scholarship will be named in honor of my daughter Yali. As a mother, from the very moment she came into this world, I understood deeply that a child is the most precious gem in any parent's heart. Watching her mother weep and speak on stage, the girl felt a storm of conflicting emotions. When the whole audience applauded the principal's speech, the girl's eyes held nothing but resentment. After everyone had filed out, only the girl remained, staring blankly into space. Her boyfriend asked what was wrong. She said nothing and simply walked away. After that, the girl lost her appetite and couldn't concentrate. The principal's appearance weighed on her constantly. Maybe they just happened to look alike. Or maybe this woman really was her mother. But if she really was her mother, why had she abandoned her in the first place? What she hadn't expected was that her boyfriend knew the principal well, and that the principal herself would invite them both over to her home. Is this your girlfriend? She is. Xiaoxi, this is Chairwoman Dong. Chairwoman Dong, it's so nice to meet you. Oh, you can tell just by looking. What a beautiful, clever girl. I'm having a little gathering at my place next week. Please bring your girlfriend along. Of course. It's settled then. The girl wanted nothing to do with the invitation, but to avoid putting her boyfriend in an awkward position, she steeled herself and went along with him to the principal's home. The principal hadn't recognized the girl as the daughter she'd abandoned years ago, but every time she saw her, she felt an inexplicable warmth she couldn't explain. So she had made by hand one of her daughter's favorite dishes from childhood. Does Auntie Dong's daughter love red braised pork too? She does, and because Yali loved it so much, no matter how difficult it was to make, I made sure I learned it perfectly. The principal and boyfriend chatted warmly away, while the girl sat in silence the entire time. Whenever memories from her childhood surfaced, it felt like needles pressing into her from every direction. So when the principal leaned over to place meat on her plate, the girl pulled back without thinking. The principal looked embarrassed. Assuming the food wasn't good, the boyfriend quickly stepped in to smooth things over. I'm so sorry. Not at all, and what's on your mind? You seem miles away. The principal then brought them to a room. She said she had been preparing as a bedroom for her daughter. She missed her daughter terribly, and wanted the two of them to help her decide how the room should be arranged, so that her daughter would love it. So that's why you wanted me to bring my girlfriend. For something like this, a girl's room, I really wouldn't know where to start. Right, Xiaoxi. What do you think? You and Yali are about the same age. I imagine your tastes would be similar. Oh, come, follow me, both of you. I'm not her. How would I know? The words slipped out of the girl's mouth and stopped the principal cold. She hadn't expected this from the girl, who was usually so quiet and well-behaved. The boyfriend rushed in to diffuse the tension and managed to smooth it over. But then the principal said something that reached back through years of buried memory and pulled it all to the surface. Oh, right. Yali loves butterflies. Let me show you the butterfly jewelry I've been collecting for her. Sure. So many butterflies. Yes. Looking at the butterfly jewelry the principal had so carefully gathered, the girl was flooded with images from her childhood. She remembered how her mother used to play with her back then. An ache settled in her chest that she couldn't name. She knew that if she stayed any longer, she wouldn't be able to hold herself together. So she made an excuse and said she wasn't feeling well and tried to get out as quickly as possible. But just as the boyfriend pulled out his keys to take her home, the principal called them both back. Because hanging from the keychain was the rag doll she had given her daughter all those years ago. She stepped forward and took the keys from his hands, asking where this had come from. She had made it with her own hands for her daughter. This is Yali's little doll. I made this doll for her myself. How did it end up with you? Who gave it to you? This Jing Hao bought it at a street stall. Watching his girlfriend work to hide the truth, the boyfriend suddenly remembered the promise they had made years ago. She had made him swear to keep her secret. Remembering this, he quickly picked up her story and confirmed he had bought it at a street stall. I bought it at a street stall. Hearing this, the principal's face fell. She handed the keychain back. Once they were outside, The boyfriend finally understood everything. His girlfriend was the very daughter the principal had never stopped searching for.
You're Yali?
So you knew, all along. Chairwoman Dong has spent years, gone through so much trying to find you. I know, I recognized her the moment I saw her at school. That was the day you made me promise, not to tell anyone about the doll. So you deliberately chose not to acknowledge her? Yes, deliberately. Why? What is between me and Chairwoman Dong is my own business. Please respect my decision. They parted on cold terms. To settle her turbulent feelings, the girl walked aimlessly along the streets she had come to know. From that point on, the principal began finding subtle and not so subtle ways to probe the boyfriend for information. Hoping to draw out something useful through him, she opened up about a painful chapter of her past. She was such a lively little thing. Everyone who met her adored her, but fate wouldn't leave us alone. When she was hungry, when she wanted a bit of meat, I had to watch his face for permission. Him giving the child a mouthful of food was like he was doing us some great act of mercy. All I could do was coax her. Go on, eat up. Look how good daddy is to you, giving you meat. But inside, I was hurting more than anyone. I truly had no choice back then. You know, I have spent every one of these years regretting it. Yes, we went through a time that was very hard, but I did everything I possibly could to raise her, to protect her with everything I had. I even made her a little rag doll once. She was so happy. She held on to it the whole time, wouldn't put it down, even slept with it in her arms. In the end, the principal's words moved the boyfriend deeply, and in a moment of weakness, he let something slip. The next day, he asked his girlfriend to meet him, under his own name. When she arrived and saw the principal standing there alone waiting for her, the girl froze. Yali! Yali!